Today, we're reviewing the drama Queen of Hearts. Get ready for incredible plot twists. Anne is a successful lawyer, a faithful wife, and a caring mother of 2 twin girls. On her way to work, she meets a client who has experienced a tragedy. The girl's usual evening ends with a stranger taking advantage of her, even though she didn't want to. Anne is ready to defend her client in court and asks the girl to be straightforward and to testify against the perpetrator so that he can be put behind bars. In the evening, the client visits her lawyer again and says that she is scared to appear in court. The lawyer reassures the victim and sets her up for a positive outcome. However, after the hearing, the suspect in the crime against the girl is released. At the same time, Gustav, the son of the protagonist's husband's first marriage, arrives. The boy has been misbehaving, and as a result, he has been expelled from school. His mother is tired of dealing with the naughty teenager, and she decides to send her son to his father. Now Gustav has 2 options: live in Denmark with his father's new family, or go to a boarding school. Anne insists that the boy stay with them, as he has done nothing wrong and deserves happiness. After meeting their older brother, the girls present him with drawings they made with their own hands. On returning from the store, the woman notices that the boy did not appreciate the efforts of his sisters and threw the gift away. Picking up the gift, she puts it in her bag. A couple of days later, Anne and her daughters return from a walk and hear Peter arguing with Gustav. The boy wants to live separately, but he is a minor and needs parental care. The woman supports her husband and asks him to be kinder to her son. The next morning, when Anne returns home from work, she discovers that their house has been burglarized. She informs her husband about it, then calls the police and makes a list of the stolen items. In the evening, while loading clothes into the washing machine, she finds a gift in Gustav's jeans. The next day, she decides to talk to the boyfriend, as she realizes that the item was in her bag, which he probably took. Gustav doesn't admit to the robbery, but an experienced lawyer can't be fooled. The woman offers him 3 options: confess to his father and go to an orphanage, go to jail, or try to adapt to living together. The young man chooses the latter option and tries to normalize his relationship with his stepmother and younger sisters. During a picnic by the lake, he plays with the girls and conducts an impromptu interview with them. In the evening, the teenager brings home a friend named Amanda and says that their meeting did not go well, so the girl will stay with them for the night. Later, Anne goes about her work, but suddenly screaming starts in the teenager's bedroom. The shocked woman goes to the bedroom, takes off her clothes, and enjoys herself. After another day at work, Anne tries to have fun with her husband, but he doesn't care for the hints as he prepares for an important business trip. During a picnic by the lake, the family has a great time. After she accepts Gustav's proposal, Anne goes swimming and jokes with her stepson, throwing water on each other. In the evening, they put the girls to bed and have a nice conversation. Anne notices the boy's tattoo, and he offers to make her a small tattoo on her arm. At first, she refuses the idea, but later agrees. A few days later, Anne and Peter have guests over. Eventually, the woman gets bored with their company and decides to listen to music and drink some alcohol. Anne leaves the party and meets Gustav, who has decided to go to a local bar. By joining the teenager's company, Anne becomes even closer to him. At a certain point, tired Gustav has to leave, and Anne kisses him on the lips as a farewell. When the woman returns home, her husband starts a conflict because he had to entertain the guests alone, and it was impolite of her. The next morning, the family decides to play hide and seek. It so happened that Anne and Gustav were hiding in the same place. The boy touched her hand, and the woman felt a pleasant sensation. In the evening, Anne could not sleep, so she went to the boy's bedroom, and then I cannot show you what they did. The next day, the woman went to the store and bought the teenager an expensive laptop. Peter did not approve of the purchase. In the evening, the couple returned from a party and decided to have some fun. After that, Anne decided to go to gymnastics with Gustav, but the man unexpectedly returned home earlier than usual, and the woman miraculously managed to avoid a strange situation. After that, Anne and the boyfriend run away to the forest and finish what they started. After that, Gustav interviews his stepmother, asking childish and strange questions. Soon after, Fanny and Frida celebrate their birthday. Lena decides to give the twins water pistols. Anne goes to get water, and Gustav comes up to her to have some fun. Lena sees her sister kissing Gustav and hurries to leave the party, expressing her displeasure to Anne. The woman is afraid of losing her family and ignores the boy. Irritated by this behavior, Gustav climbs a tree and spoils the party. When he falls to the ground, he pretends to be injured, but later it becomes clear that he is joking. The next morning, the heroine tries to talk to the boyfriend and explain that everything is over between them. Gustav takes the breakup very hard and wants to tell her father everything. Meanwhile, Peter tries to improve his relationship with his son and decides to go with him to Sweden for a few days. While her husband and Gustav are away, she tries to reconcile with her sister. When Anne comes to visit her, she tries to explain to her sister what she did. Her sister does not want to hear anything and does not believe that the relationship with Gustav is over. Not wanting to see Anne, she demands that she leave immediately. The woman continues to be nervous and worried that the boyfriend will tell Peter about their relationship. She really wants to talk to him, but to no avail. On her way home, Anne gets into a car accident. When Anne returns home, she sees the men and realizes that their weekend is over. Peter's behavior seems suspicious to her. After putting the children to bed, her husband asks her not to go out because they will soon have a serious conversation. Gustav tells his father how he feels. Activating a defense reaction, the woman says that it is all a lie created by the boy's imagination. She is not going to tolerate such behavior and is ready to file for divorce. Anne packs her things and intends to leave for a few days. Hearing his wife's emotional reaction, Peter begins to believe her and reassures her. After making peace, the couple decides to send the boy to an orphanage. The next morning, Anne breaks into the boyfriend's room and listens to the tapes of the interview. Hearing her own voice, she steals the audio recording to destroy the evidence. Soon, the couple tries to talk to Gustav. The boy is very offended by his father's distrust. The heroine continues to look innocent, which only enrages Gustav. The boy spits in the woman's face and walks away. Soon, the father packs his son's things and takes him away. The girls take their brother's departure painfully and hope to visit him soon. As Anne continues to help people, she takes on a new client named Sarah. This is a girl with whom her father did bad things. Trying to save the girl, the lawyer helps her. After a while, Sarah comes to the woman's house and thanks her for her work. Her father is sent for compulsory treatment, and until he recovers, the girl will live with her foster parents, who turn out to be very kind and caring. On her way to work, Anne meets Gustav, who demands that she confess everything to Peter, otherwise he will report her to the police. Their relationship was illegal, and as an experienced lawyer, she should be aware of this. Using her knowledge, Anne says that the guy has no evidence, and she is not afraid of his words because no one will believe him. The heroine offers to forget everything that happened between them, but the teenager cannot cope with his emotions. He is in great pain because his father does not believe his words. At night, he breaks into the house, but the woman pushes him away and makes him leave. A few days later, Anne celebrates her birthday. Lena has come to visit her sister and is ready to forget everything that happened earlier. At the end of the evening, Peter informs her that his ex-wife called him and told him about his son's disappearance. A few months later, the police summon Peter to Sweden. When he returns home, he reports that Gustav's body was found in the woods near their home. It turns out that he had been there for several months and was found by hunters. Locking herself in the bathroom, Anne cries and sees the boy in the reflection of the mirror. Later, she tries to talk to her husband, but he won't listen. The next morning, the family gets ready, gets in the car, and drives to Gustav's funeral. Thank you for being with us. Subscribe to the channel, like us, and be sure to click on the bell to stay up to date with our new videos.